talking about, and this is the trade that I took it in front of you, and you can see, guys. Let me just quickly hide all of this. I don't like to show all of this, just the screenshot that we took the trade. So this was the trade that we ended up taking on the Bitcoin, and the essential confluence for this was the daily FAG, which I also posted about it at my X. I can show you the further here. You can see this was basically my chart that I posted on the X, and I said that I am now biased short. Just let me quickly take the screenshot of this, and here you can see it was a pretty awesome trade. I loved it. And we did not do a swing failure pattern of the high, which most people were talking about it. But if you remember my last stream, and if you're a VIP member, you would you can watch the recordings of my last stream. I said that there was a naked point of control around this area which caused the rejection of this, and you can see a very beautiful shot. I will quickly come to the what's my next point of area is, but I just wanted to show you that we were correctly biased all the time. So if you follow us, you would be in great profits by now. Let me just quickly drop this. Okay, so that's for the Bitcoin. All right, so let's just move on to the next thing, and the next and most prominent thing, and let's look at what Bitcoin is doing. Let's go on this chart. I will not have much to talk about it because mostly my bias was short, and I'm just enjoying the profits we made live on the stream. We also have Rich here. Rich, what's up, man? Yeah, this short is doing absolutely well, and we have lost the trend line. That's really important. Since we have lost this trend line, this would this is right is now more regarded as a more bearish pattern. So we were focusing that we were in an uptrend respecting this trend line, and I said that I'm not a fan of how we are leaving the lows here. So, and you can see now we have broken below the trend line. I am at least expecting the Bitcoin to come to this level, and this level, this is a very major box that you guys have here, this one. If the price starts to break below this box, then I will be very cautious on the Bitcoin. And I would like, right now at the moment I am not like entirely bearish. Like, I'm not saying that we are going to the 57k or 54k from here. I'm not saying that. But if we lose this level here, then my bias would significantly change, my thoughts on the Bitcoin would significantly change, and then I would become really bearish. So this box here you see from 61k to the 60k, this is the lifeline of the Bitcoin. 60.5k is the lifeline of the Bitcoin. You do not want this level to be lost, and I really mean it when I say this. Let me just quickly also look at the other confluences as well. We have a previous week low area around this, so this is a very significant support. So that's why I am heavily emphasizing on that. And if I open the, yeah, you can see we also have monthly value area low. Monthly value area low is a very big confluence, so this is a very big area. I just, if we lose this, then God help Bitcoin. And at the moment, if you remember, last time I literally said that this point of control is a too big of a resistance, and it is very worth taking a short from here, and that's exactly what we did, Poppy. And you can see great profits we are in. So, but overall, this is the update for the Bitcoin, that this box is where we do not want to lose. Now, does that automatically means that I am looking to long from this box? No, absolutely not. When I say do not lose this box, I just mean we can produce a small bounce, do a small range, maybe form a small range, something like this. But this box is very important to not lose at the moment. But if we lose this box, then shit would get very weird, and we would eventually look for lower. But if the price comes to this, I would not automatically long this. I would still like to see the reclaim of 65k, something like this, before I enter in a long. So this would not be an opportunity for me to long. No, 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 this would be. So that's very important. So when I say I find a level interesting, or a level that we should not break, I do not automatically means that I'm looking to long at this level. I'm just highlighting the significance of that level. So this is a very significant level, and we do not want it to lose. And once if we lose it, then God help Bitcoin. That's what I can say. All right, so that's for the Bitcoin overall. Nothing really much to add on the Bitcoin. What I can say is that you can also see this as a retest of a daily level, but just this is an insane selling. So I don't regard this as a retest of a daily level. So That's it. That's for the Bitcoin. Now let's look at the Ethereum and Solana as well quickly, so you guys know about this. So again, you can see the Ethereum. I marked out two levels. I said that this is the first level and this is the second level. This was the level that I was more intrigued towards. But I also said if you get a reaction from here and the Bitcoin is below the point of control, you can take a shot and you can see this is what happens. This is what happens when you join the Owais streams. This is what happens when you follow the Owais signals. And I hope you guys are making good money. This was the last Ethereum chart that we talked about. We had a daily level, the FVG, the 0.62 all aligning at together, and they made a very good confluence. Now let's look at the Ethereum. What is my level for the Ethereum? So overall, if I go on a weekly time frame, let me just quickly go on a weekly time frame. The level we produced a bounce from was very significant, that we cannot deny. So let me go on a monthly actually. So this is a very significant level. All right, this is, I regard this level as a very significant level, because of course the last all-time high and the last bottom, so this is a very significant level on the monthly, so that's marked out. What's next for the Ethereum? This is another level which I'm looking at, which I don't feel like that we should lose. But let me just quickly go on a weekly time frame so I can observe this more betterly. Yeah, I just feel like this is a very big level, and if we lose this level, then there is nothing holding the Ethereum to go towards the 1178 level. So I would like the Bitcoin to produce a bounce from this level, sorry, the Ethereum, as we did, but the weakness that we are showing is immense. And you can see how beautiful our levels are: the bounce from the weekly level, the rejection from the daily level. Boom, this is what Wales levels does. So at the moment, let me just quickly remove this Fibonacci. The trend is obviously the bearish on the daily, on the 4 hour, on the 1 hour. So there's nothing to talk about there. But I do think that this is an interesting level. If my yeah, this imbalance that we have on a 1 hourly, I think this is definitely an interesting level to look at, and we should not ignore this. And we also have a slight imbalance on the 4 hour as well here. And if I draw the Fibonacci from low to the high, you also have 0.79 level at a just at the imbalance that I marked. So you can say the coincidence, you can say whatever the fuck you want, but you can see the 0.79 and the 1 hour FEG aligning together. Is this a coincidence? I don't think so. But anyways, so you have two of these confluences, and then just below this you have a weekly level. So I think all of these levels are pretty strong and pretty good. And yeah, and you also have the resting liquidities around here. You have the equal lows here, so this is just another thing. So what I'm expecting on the Ethereum is that we sweep the lows here and produce a small bounce, trap the retailers, and then just go lower weekly level, and then continue our price action. So that's the bull scenario. Okay, that's the bull scenario. That is what I want to see. If that is what the bulls want to see, if Ethereum wants to go higher, okay, if Ethereum wants to go higher, this is what Ethereum will do. But if Ethereum loses this level, then it would get really ugly. Just as the Bitcoin level that I showed you that we should not lose, this is as significant as this level, that we should not lose this Ethereum level. And if we want to see higher prices on Ethereum, this is the structure that it should follow. And I have shown you the confluences and everything. All right, so that's for the Ethereum. Now let's move on to the Solana real quickly. If I go on a monthly time frame, the monthly looks absolutely horrendous. That I would say, oh my god, this looks really bad. This looks really, really, really bad. This was the level that I was targeting on the Solana. I'm not gonna lie. I did said that we had a swing failure pattern here, and we have tapped the daily FEG. So technically, the Solana have printed a bearish signal, but the risk to reward ratio from here is just not that great, and I would prefer a short from here. These were my exact words, so I'm not going to praise myself every time. So we did miss a short on the Solana, but I mean, we made good money on the Ethereum and the Bitcoin, so I think that covers from there. Right. So what's next on the Solana? Let me quickly remove this and this, all of the bullshit. For the Solana. All right, let me go on a 4 hour. I think Solana have a way clear level than the Ethereum, and I think that would be this. There's a pretty clear level for the Solana. If I draw the volume profile to the low as well, do we have volume media low here? No, we do not. But what we do have is, let me just from high to the high, then to the low, and we have lost the low. Yeah, that's not great. If you draw the Fibonacci from low to the high, then you have 0.79 level around this level, so that's also great. And if I use the anchored VWAP, well, no, there's no anchored VWAP, but yeah, I think this is the best confluence I have, and this aligns with Ethereum and the Bitcoin plan that I made yesterday. Oh, sorry, just now, that Bitcoin should bounce from a very important level, Ethereum should bounce from a very important level. So let's say when Bitcoin and Ethereum are at their important level, this is where Solana should be, around this box. So let's say if Ethereum is uh, around at this level, this weekly level around 1500, then I would expect the Solana to be around this level at 64 to the 62. Okay, this is the thesis, and this is where you want to make the long. If you get a reaction, and if we lose this Solana, if we lose this box on the Solana, then yeah, again, as I said, we do not want these levels to be lost. If we do lose these levels, then things would get really ugly for all of the three majors. So this is my point of view, guys, and I hope you liked it. And our last analysis were pretty good, I hope you made good money, and I think we will soon hit full TP. I will wait and see, but yeah, that's it. That's my thoughts on the entirety of the majors. If you have any specific altcoins that you want me to look at, I will happily go through. But if you ask my opinion, I'm majorly sticking to the major, the Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana, because this is where the money is, and I think the altcoins are absolutely bullshit at this point, and it's just no point of trading them. But still, if you guys have any request, I am happy to take it. Just let me know. Hmm. I can also look at a SpaceX real quick. Okay, just give me a second. Link, yeah, I have been hearing about Link. I will check the link. Okay, just give me a second. I want to look at the SpaceX. Yeah, this is, I heard about the SpaceX was looking a bit of good. Hmm. I mean, if we draw Fibonacci from this low to this high, yeah, SpaceX is looking quite of good. This is a very major level as well. You can see. No, no, 1 hour level. And if I draw this daily views, Monday though, okay. I do think that's a good level. I think this would be my, I will be looking to target. Yeah, I like how there is a 1 hour level. I like how there's a 0.705. And if I draw the volume profile towards this, you can see we also have a value area low. So this is actually a very good long. If you guys are looking to have an exposure on this longs, I think this is a very good long that I'm looking at. I might share it in the I'm might share it inside the server as well. Just give me a second. I'm looking at it more thoroughly. Hmm. Yeah, all right. Well, we already have a very slow month, so I don't think so it would hurt, especially if I like the setup. So this is the long that I'm taking, and I will just quickly let the people know we have entered in this. So let's see what happens. This is around where I would like to take my first TP, and I would place my alerts. Yeah. But anyways, this is the trade that I just posted because I was really liking. Let us look at the link. You can buy this on exchange as well. I'm just letting the people know that they can also execute this on the exchange. Um, just give me a second. I'm just updating my positions. All right, I'm done with it. Let's look at the link, and after that, I think we can wrap this up. So this was the, again, I did not mark this line in front of you. This was already placed from days ago, and you can see how linked reacted from this level. It closed just one candle, and then you can see the instant reaction from the level that I marked out. It's all in front of you. I'm not even making this at this point. So yeah, this is pretty good stuff. We rejected directly from the, even if you ignore my line and you say, oh, that's not good, if you just drew the volume profile, you would have gotten the exact short trade. So your trade should have looked like something like this. Sorry guys, something like this, and you can see very good level. But yeah, link, I can mark out the lower time frame link level for you where we should be looking for a potential long. At the moment it's not looking really good to me. So we have already exhausted this one. I think this is the level where I would be more interested in. I would like to take a long, like we stop loss below this level, and then we target the higher. This is the type of trade I would like to take. If the link approaches this level, I would look at the reaction. If there's a reaction, like let's say something like this happen, we have a break of a structure, then I would enter in a long, not before that. But this is a good level that I'm looking at. You can technically place the alerts, but I would avoid it. But overall, I do think either you make an entry around here or you make an entry around here. Anywhere works. Ideally, of course, lower because you do not want to be aggressive in such higher downtrend. But this is my idea on the link. You also have the OT levels around this. Hope that helped. Yeah. Anyways, guys, I'm extremely happy, and I'm extremely and really happy that our Bitcoin idea played out. We made really good money on our Bitcoin trade that we took on our last stream, and now we are at the imbalance. So you can see we are printing as some sort of a bounce. So let's see what happens. But overall, I remain extremely bearish on the Bitcoin. We should not lose this box, otherwise, we would need to start praying for the Bitcoin. That's it for today's guys. I do this stream every Monday and every Tuesday. Sorry, every Monday and every Thursday. I'll see you on my next stream, which will be, of course, next week on the Monday, where we will be doing the extensive market update. Cheers, guys. Have a good day. I'll just wait what piano is tapping, and we'll do. I make my updates pretty concise, but they are pretty precise as well. Like last stream was like 20 minutes, 25 minutes long, but you can see we printed two banger trades, Ethereum and Bitcoin. So yeah, what previous screenshot? I did drop the link screenshot. What are you talking about? SpaceX, I dropped it inside the premium. That's a trade for the premium piano. So if you want that trade, you would have to join the premium. Of course, they